to Jake Jackets. Gear up to fire the cannon and hit the ice with your host, Jay Ashdown and Jake Gehringer.
What a game last night. Oh, boy.
So awesome. Like, it was amazing. Do you want to start with that?
Well, I think what we should start with, first of all, welcome to our first game recap episode, our first regular season episode of the show.
Yeah, it's a new kind of vibe to it. I like it.
Kind of more professional, official kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
And yet we're still just going to be shooting the shit like we always do.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very professional.
What a game on Thursday. I caught two of the three periods. I missed the third.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that later. But first of all, I want to start with a fun little segment, a player of the game segment that I want to call the Kepi Keeper. You like that?
I do like it. I like it a lot. I mean, and here's the thing with a game like that, there's a lot of different options you can go with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we both just going to give like who we would give it to?
Absolutely.
All right, man.
And then why?
It's your idea, so you take the honors. You go first.
All right. My Kepi's gonna go to Oliver Bjorkstrand.
Your guy, yeah.
My guy.
He would definitely deserve it, considering he was unbelievable.
On
4 points?
Fire. 2-2.
Yeah.
Big preach for my fantasy team. Actually, all three of the guys, all my Blue Jackets line, just crushed it.
Yeah, no, his first goal was a beautiful tip in front, and then the second goal was like such a hilarious goal.
Right.
Zero reason that puck should ever go in, but Carter Hutton was in that, so it did.
It was Carter Hutton. You're right.
Yeah.
What about your Kepi?
You know what? No problem with that pick. There's a lot of different guys. You go with Bjorky because he was
unbelievable,
the best player on the ice. You can go with Max Domi. Talk about coming back.
Oh my God.
He was good in the preseason game, and then a goal and 2 assists.
And
you can maybe give it to Cole Sillinger for getting his first NHL point. He looked very, very
good. He looked great. And I forgot he even we were watching at a B-Dubs. We watched the first period at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and him out there to start. What?
I loved it.
Bro,
I love it. I love that. I will say the one thing I do like about Brad Larson so far, granted, it's only been one game, but I like the fact that he's not willing to mix it up and put him out there in any situation.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to the actual game recap, but
but
get your Kepi.
My Kepi is going to be more of an emotional appeal.
I kind of
because he did. Elvis, man. donning the number 80 for the game. He was outstanding. He made several great saves. I know he scored 8 goals, but still, he stopped 35 and 37. He was very, very good. He got peppered. They had some really good scoring chances that he found ways to.
Yeah, it was like
the net.
Shot difference was like 12, right? Yeah.
And the first goal that he allowed, he was bumped into, but no call because he was pushed into. And then the second one, Clayton Keller just picks a spot with 3 minutes left in the game. Who cares? He was outstanding the entire night.
Oh yeah.
And obviously, a very emotional night for him. He lost his best friend,
a brother,
and it's been. It's hit everybody hard, but it's hit nobody harder than Elvis.
Right.
And it's my reasoning.
That's Jay's Kepi Keeper.
Yep.
There we go. First Kepi Keeper of the season. I literally just came up with the name on the fly one night.
I love it. Beautiful. I like it. That's a good segment.
Yeah, you like that?
I do like it.
Cool. Well, Columbus won their home/season opener in a big way.
Yeah.
Mind-blowingly big. But I mean, first, we talked about it in the Metro preview last show. We talked about a lot of that stuff that we just brought up, like Max coming back in the Metro preview, but all the Kivi stuff, man.
It's just
the banner,
so
his
sad.
family being there for the puck
Yeah.
drop. I saw
and the video of Tortorella talking about it
Oh,
with Emily Kaplan.
Yeah.
Talking about how it's not even just a guy who's starting his career. This 24-year-old just starting his life. Was just. Man, let me tell you, like,
so
Torts
brutal.
is an awesome guy. Like, we love Torts.
Oh, absolutely. He's getting a job this season. Man. Like, he's getting a coaching job again soon.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's a great guy.
Great
we'll
person.
Always
great
love
coach.
him. But he's also awesome on the panel too. I wouldn't mind seeing him like just stay in that role. He's been really good at it in his career because he's so honest.
Oh yeah.
There's something better than when he was on TSN and they would ask a question like, "What do you think of this?" And he's just like, "That's a stupid question."
Yeah.
Like I think this is the dumbest question. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
What was funny was when we were watching it, we get through the player introductions, and obviously, you know, we get all our alternate captains and Boone last, and then like seeing Cole suiting up and Yegor suiting up. We'll get to Yegor later.
Yeah,
but like seeing those two and Max. And like, honestly, as soon as I saw on Twitter that Elvis was wearing number 80, I wanted to break down and cry in the restaurant.
I was like, oh, that is like the coolest thing ever.
I wanted to cry in the club. I'm honest.
Man, it's got me crying in the club. It was awesome though. Like seeing him wear that number was so surreal, and
I know
the way he played was just he played his heart out for him. You know, the interview he had after the game in the arena. Just
with Jody, yeah.
My wife told me not to fuck it up. Like that was funny.
Great advice by Alexandra.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing that's now, granted, okay, we won 8-2, but the one thing that I liked about it was the technical game-winning goal, because it's the third goal. The captain,
Boone Jenner, we love it. You love to see it.
I liked seeing the looks that he had with Domi. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect those two to play a decent chunk of the game together, but I liked it when I saw them together. Those
two are interesting because you know that they can both play the same way.
They can both play the center role, but they also can play wing. They're both very, very physical, in your face kind of, and they both like to kind of drive offense. You know, they want to drive to the net. They will kind of plays.
They will bang and crash and dig at you in the corners as much as they want.
Not afraid to mix it up. I'm telling you, man, like this is a different look at Max Domi.
It's good.
This is
a Max
I don't want to freak out from one preseason game and one regular season game, but like I mean I don't know, man. This is looking like first season Montreal Canadiens Max Domi so far.
This is a Max I wouldn't mind keeping.
Absolutely. I know it's a contract year, so you could look at it one of two ways. One, if he continues to play well, he could be a very good deadline piece. But at the same time, if he's playing well, like there could be a piece that you keep around. You know? Yeah. If he's willing to stay at a reasonable price, he's got what, 5.3 million average annual value. If you can keep him around like 5.5, that would be a price I'd want to keep him at.
I know our buddy Jason would love that because he's been wanting Max there for forever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, awesome. Let's start from the beginning, essentially, because it was like, you know, they dropped the puck. Cole Sillinger out there to start with Tex, and who was it?
It was Domi was also out there at the beginning with Tex.
Was it Max too? Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Cole.
They kind of mixed things up at the beginning of the game. It was Max Domi who had the sauce through the air to Tex that he was able to tip home.
not even a minute in, and it was just like
40 seconds into the game.
Literally, I was barely paying attention, and then I look up and I'm like, oh my god, already?
And this is like the interesting thing about Alexander Texier, because we saw last year where it was like, oh, it's going to be interesting for him. And he came out the first couple of games and he was really, really good. And then he kind of tapered off the rest of the way. So we've seen now, this is the second time he's come out to start the season looking pretty good. Want to see some consistency out of this guy. It's a big year for him.
Totally. He needs that bounce back, like really, really bad.
I mean, a lot of these guys on the team need it. And, I'm not going to judge him too harsh because he is a very, very young player just beginning his career.
Of course.
But we've seen the flashes of this guy, in 2019 in the playoffs and then last year in the regular season. We've seen like bits and pieces of this guy, like, oh, like there's something there with this guy. And the reason they took him, 45th overall in 2017?
Yeah. How about the new guys? Jake Bean.
Yeah. Jake
getting
Bean,
his first goal.
I like what I saw in the preseason from Jake Bean.
Voracek had some great passes. Like he had amazing looks. And he was shooting too.
Yeah, and he's going to be the essential quarterback of the power play, which I'm very, very excited about. Like what I see from him, like, obviously, like the emotional impact of the trade at first was tough on us because it's like, oh my God, why'd you trade Cam Atkinson for Jakub Voracek?
Right.
Because Cam he's an ambassador of the city, man. Like,
exactly.
He embodies Columbus Blue Jackets hockey. He embodies Columbus. He loved it here. We loved him. So it's tough to have that emotional connection and kind of give that up. But Jakub's doing the same thing.
Yeah. I mean,
he loves the city.
He's coming home.
And he's happy to be here. He's really, like, so far really embraced the city again, talking about how much he loves it. And it's a different kind of style of player. When you have Patrick Laine and you have Oliver Bjorkstrand, who, now Laine can play either left wing or right wing, but seems like they want to put him on the right wing at least to start.
Yeah.
You don't really need a Cam Atkinson. You want someone who can pass the puck.
Right.
And that's essentially the decision as to why they made it. So once you get over that, like, emotional connection and everything like that,
you need
I'm
somebody
really starting to like this trade.
You need somebody to feed Patty, which speaking of Patty, that was kind of weird because he wasn't doing what he normally does. He was the one, passing it over.
Sometimes I think
he was dishing.
The 2 games I saw of him in the preseason and what I saw in the first game, he is such a good sniper. His shot is so unbelievable, and he's got that big frame and so much power. You sometimes forget he is a good passer.
Yeah.
Like, he can make those plays.
And then he also had, we saw it in the preseason game where he just pulled the power forward move and bulldozed right through everybody. He can do more than just,
He's a good skater. When he's it's hard to, like, describe. Do you know his skating style is pretty similar to Jack Eichel, where it's like they're both pretty fast,
right?
But you don't realize it because it looks so effortless.
Right.
They're just gliding at
exactly. They're not chugging along and yeah.
Like, the legs are barely moving because and I think that the height has a lot to do with that.
Yes.
Whereas like McDavid's not small either, but like when he's so fast, but like you can tell like he's got like his legs are really moving.
Yeah.
With those two though, it's just a total glide. It's so
Connor McDavid looks like the Roadrunner when he's out there.
This is such a good comparison. Like, he really does. It's amazing. They're unbelievable. But yeah, like I gotta say, like I like what I'm seeing from Patty.
I mean, Clayton Keller does too. Let's not go, without like acknowledging the 2 goals that the Coyotes did score.
One from former Blue Jacket Anton Stroman.
Oh boy.
Granted, he was a Blue Jacket like 11 years ago, but
I know. Former Panther and teammate of Sergei Bobrovsky's.
Yeah. The
Z got a goal. Like, oh my God, there's so many storylines to this game.
It's unbelievable. I mean, everybody just looked so good. There was like I have no complaints from the game. The
And then,
power play
like,
looked good.
Gus getting one in his first game back in over a full year.
Yeah, and it was like from such a sharp angle.
Like, whew. Like they all looked great.
Yeah, it was an awesome game, man, and it you just had the feeling. Like, I mean, if you're a betting man, you'd probably want to put a lot of money on the Blue Jackets to win that game. They're raising the banner. Elvis is in net.
Right.
Season opener.
He's wearing 80. Come on.
He's wearing 80. You know, like it had, and they're facing the Coyotes. Like it had the makings of one of those
a gimme game
kind of games. Yeah. But like I still am stunned. Like I didn't expect them just to beat the ever living shit out of them.
Yeah, no, I expected a lot more than that. And so like the two things that would have made it just a complete chef's kiss of a game would be one, if Elvis got the shutout and it was 8-0.
8-0. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's
come
what
on.
I was kind of hoping for.
Come on.
Like, yeah, that would have been unbelievable.
And then Elvis, instead of getting second, getting first star.
Yeah. Which I had no problem with them giving Ollie the first star of the game.
No, neither did I. I mean, you know me, he's my homeboy.
Exactly, man. And here's the thing, like, there's a lot to be like happy about when you like win a game like that. Anytime you can win a hockey game and you're not getting any goals from Roslovic, Line, or Voracek,
right?
Pretty good hands. Like,
yeah.
Because those are the guys you're going to really, really rely on to carry the offensive load. Now, obviously, Bjork is a part of that, but you know, he had 4 points.
Yeah, like
Gus too, man. Gus, I think that's been really overshadowed. Like, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Like,
yeah, Gustav Nyquist
really forgetting that Gus Nyquist is back. Like, because he missed all of last year, and there's so many other storylines. Like, Cole Sillinger making the roster. Yeah, Voracek's back. What are we going to see from Patrick Line? There's so many things to look at here. Right. It's been completely kind of swept under the rug by this fan base that Gus Nyquist is back, and he's a very, very solid player.
Right. I feel like Max being back right away kind of overshadowed the fact that Gus,
Max too. Yeah. Because I mean, it was expected that Gus was going to be back. You knew going into the season he was going to be back. Nobody had an idea that Max was going to be ready by the season opener.
Exactly.
This is the tough thing, man. Like, I'm looking at a team.
Let's say this.
Brand new.
We're recording this at 3:30. The day of the game against Seattle.
Seattle, yes.
So
which on Tuesday
we're gonna recap that one.
Here's what I'll say that's so hard to grasp with this team. So we did our predictions of the division last episode, and I'm not changing anything with that.
Probably not.
None of us should be but it's so tough because we both predicted the Blue Jackets to finish last, but at the same time they're not
I said 7th, so.
Oh, you did?
I didn't say last. No, I said 7th.
Okay, I said last, and it's hard because the Devils added Tatar and Hamilton, which makes it and plus Jack Hughes I think is gonna get better. Anyway, the point.
Dude, here, though, did you see Jack's overtime winner? Oh my god!
Disgusting, unbelievable, gross.
Oh, just nasty.
Should be illegal.
Anyway, it should be.
My point here is, Domi's back early. He looks great.
Gus is back. Here. Yeah.
Voracek is a good addition. Jake Bean, and you know, did I mention that Gus Nyquist is back? There's so much to be happy about with this.
Is here. Texier looks great. Bjorky looks great. Elvis looks amazing. It's just
it's you have.
It's one game, but come on.
We talked about this too. Obviously, the whole thing with Kivi is absurdly sad. And
absolutely,
it's heartbreaking.
But it's a driving force.
It's a driving thing, and that's part of the reason why I had such I struggled so much with making these predictions is because like this
Right.
division is so freaking loaded head to toe. The two
Yeah.
worst teams on paper in the division are Columbus and New Jersey. I don't think either of them are bad teams.
No, they're great teams, especially on
Right,
paper. Like you look at I mean, again, we went over individual players last episode, and it's like, whoa.
It's such a this division is going to be such a
It's
dogfight.
such a stacked division.
Entire season.
And knowing that teams like Columbus have stories like Kivi to,
and they got a new face behind the bench too.
Like
that the players seem to respect.
Yeah, both of those storylines are going to be the driving force behind. And, that's why I said, sure, I didn't have them any higher than 7th, but they're going to surprise people.
They are. It's like, it's tough because it's like you hear like, oh, they're going to finish 7th or 8th in the division. You're like, oh, that's a bad year. And
but
like,
it's the Metro.
I don't know. Maybe why don't you look at the rest of the division? The Flyers, the Capitals, the Penguins, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Hurricanes. It's a pretty good division.
Yeah.
That's hard for anybody. Like, I mean,
very hard.
It's ridiculous. Like the only other division that's like that is probably the Central.
The Central is going to be pretty tight. Yeah,
it's going to be. It's not nearly as good as the Metro, but that's also
no. It's not as Loctite, but no,
because it's like Arizona's going to finish 8th, but then it's like 1 to 7. It's like all right, like
it's a total toss up.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like it's like that division's like locked at the top and at the bottom. Arizona's going to finish last. Colorado's going to finish first. 2 to 7 though. You got St. Louis. You got Dallas.
Don't know.
You got Chicago. Like Nashville. Like it's very.
Don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I love about hockey because man, like
I know, it's such an unpredictable. Yeah.
You know how like football they say like any given Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
Any given day.
Any given day of the week.
Any given day. We mentioned Yegor because we were talking about Cole and Yegor, being on the opening night roster. He got sent down yesterday.
Yes. Which I like because if you're not going to put him in the lineup, there's no reason to have him up. I want to make sure that he's getting games experience, getting used to the North American ice.
Right.
And playing that kind of style hockey. So.
Right. One thing I do want to wrap up just on the opening night thing is people talk about Columbus, operating like a small market. And we talked about this on the show before about how it's really not.
Yeah. It's not a small market. They just operate as if they are.
That damn barn. I saw some numbers in the SDPN Discord where they were like talking about, attendance numbers.
98%.
98.2.
Yeah.
That barn was packed.
Yeah. It's look, man, it's not a bad market. The problem is when we discussed this before, they're never going to beat out the Buckeyes. They aren't.
No.
That's just part of the thing. So like at the start of the season, like they usually sell out the season opener.
Right.
And then like attendance tapers a little bit. It's, usually
lesser opponents get lesser attendance.
1,000 in there.
Metro opponents are always going to get higher attendance. Good opponents are going to get higher attendance.
And then like after January, once the season's over for Ohio State, like if the Blue Jackets are good, then the numbers go back up and people start to care. It's very much a timing thing. Like your best attendance outside of the season opener for the Blue Jackets are going to come months February to April.
Maybe not February this year with it being an Olympic year, but.
Well, you know what I mean though, on any given year. So that's just how it operates.
Right.
But the thing I did want to say about Yegor that I like is, sending him down to the minors to play games is a very good thing. I will say I do like that they had him on the roster to start the season, like him making the roster. He deserved it for how he played in the preseason. You reward him by letting him be a part of the opening night roster and then sending him down so he can get those games experience because
let him dress so he can experience what it's like to, be a part of that
top 6 in the minors. Because, and the thing that's the only difference between Cole and Yegor is just the position. Like the Blue Jackets
Right.
have some pretty good wingers on their team. So Yegor's not going to get that opportunity to play in the top 9. Whereas because the center position's a little depleted,
Right. It's a little
Cole's going to
thinner.
get those opportunities.
Cole's going to get, So I wouldn't mind seeing, like, obviously if there's an injury, Yegor come right back up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
I mean,
no big deal.
I just don't want him in a position where he's playing on the 4th line. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
no, you can't do that with Yegor Chinakhov with the way he plays.
If it's the 3rd line, that's fine. Like 3rd line's fine. If you put him on the 2nd line, that's fine.
Yeah.
1st line would be amazing. I'd love that.
Oh my God.
Like,
dude,
you want to make sure if you're going to give this guy experience, give him minutes.
We talked about this with the power play thing. Before I move on to the other like tie-in with the minors, cannon from Chinakhov and cannon from Laine on either side, just
That's it. This is probably like the most talent they've had probably since 2019 in terms of like the power play units, because you got Z, you got Boqvist on defense. You also Jake Bean can make it happen. So you got 3 solid defensemen offensively.
Bean's goal was amazing. Happen. He was up in the rush and whoo.
And then like offensively, like so outside of those 3 really good offensive defensemen, you got Jakub Voracek, who's quarterback in the power play, Patrick Laine,
who's and then the ultimate finisher on that power play.
On the 2nd unit, man, Max Domi out there.
Yeah,
and then you also got Bjorkstrand and Gus Nyquist. Like, there's a lot that you can do.
Max is over there to cause havoc, and
Well, from what I've seen so far, and granted it's only been 2 games, they put him on half wall, the same spot that Voracek is usually in.
Oh,
letting him dish the puck, and he looked pretty good at doing it. Like they want him on the half wall, zipping the puck around like Jakub on the 2nd, which I like. I think that's a good role for him.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because he's a really good passer.
We know he can dish. We know he can shoot, and I mean, like, we knew he could shoot ever since his Arizona days. Like, we know he's got a way to finish.
He's always been more of a playmaker, but I mean, we even saw like the season that he had was 72 points in Montreal. I'm pretty sure he had 28 goals that year. Like, I
think that was also like he was on, at the time, I think it was at least 6-game goal streak, and then he completely just steals the puck, and then just bang.
Yeah. And it's also like his on Boone's goal. I mean, he made a great play defensively. They dropped the puck off. He picked off the pass, and then like he kind of lost the puck a little bit and just decided to drive around the net, and he just put it right in front, and Boone was able to pick up the loose change. So he's making smart plays, man.
That's the best thing Boone does.
Yeah. Just get to those dirty areas.
Yeah. So the other Monsters thing I wanted to talk about was their tributes to Kivi.
Yeah.
Which they are, Columbus is doing a very similar thing. Behind the net, there's a number 80 that's going to be there all year.
Yeah.
So that's at least what they're doing, like in arena. And then they're going to have, a slideshow for their home opener, that kind of thing. So it's good that this is, going throughout the organization, because we know Kivi was lights out in Cleveland too, right? So
I saw him a couple times in Cleveland, and then obviously I saw him the 2 starts he had in the NHL in Buffalo.
Right.
And the other thing I kind of want to talk about, I didn't even tell you I wanted to talk about this, but I mean, if we're talking about tributes in number 80, Pierre-Luc Dubois changed his number to 80.
Yes,
we touched on this a while ago, but I want
back when he originally did it,
because he sent a jersey to Elvis.
Yes, I remember
and
seeing
he signed it like it's an honor to wear this number, which is just and I think it's important for people to remember that Pierre-Luc Dubois is human. So the way that he left the organization left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth.
Messy breakups happen. I
don't
tweeted that to Lindsay when they Lindsay tweeted about this at Jackets Lindsay.
Yes, she's
awesome. She's great.
One of my favorites. Please follow her if you get the chance. She's amazing. But she said it too perfectly. Like, the way that he left wasn't ideal, but he's always been an
I tweeted at her that, we know that messy breakups happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just what it was.
God, I just remember, I mean, this guy, like, at the same time, like, he's also a kid. Like, he did that. He left the organization when he was 21. I mean, like, it's like, back off a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's young. He's just starting his life, too. And if he didn't want to be here, obviously that sucks because we love him. But, like, I'm always going to wish him the best luck because he's a great guy. And at the end of the day, like, we can be upset about it all we want, but we got Patrick Laine and Jack Roslovic out of it, too.
Right.
So it's another way to look at it.
Yeah, exactly. And, I'm still like, he's in a completely other conference, completely other division. So you can still.
He's on a likable team.
Yeah, you can still wish the player well.
I do. I definitely wish him well. He's a great, great person. And I hope he does well for the rest of his career when he's
absolutely
on Columbus. And I hope that the guys we got in the deal do a little better than him so we can win the deal.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Congratulations to the Seattle Kraken on their first franchise win.
Yeah, so they kind of got screwed out of a win in their first game because the Chandler Stevens signal was absolutely kicked in. But they came back, didn't let them affect them, and they put up a good performance against Nashville. Our guy, Brandon
Tanev selling on the bench, just like losing it. Just
love that guy.
Full of joy. I love it.
God,
and those jerseys
awesome
look
player.
So beautiful.
They're beautiful, man.
They look so
really
good.
Really looking forward to the home opener soon.
The home opener at Climate Pledge is going to be amazing. I want to see that thing be packed too. Like,
it'll be packed. By the way, did you get the chance to buy Chell yet?
No, that's the thing. I don't have a PlayStation at my place.
Oh, I gotcha. I just bought it the other day. Still kind of getting used to like the new things because I think they have like Frostbite doing it now.
Oh yeah, Frostbite engine.
So like it's like it's a little different than like previous years and stuff, but I like it so far. I like just being able to do things with the Blue Jackets because like I love doing franchise mode and run.
Right. Nasher had some fun videos about it, and I was like, "Ooh, this does look pretty cool."
Yeah.
I love what Nasher's doing right now, especially with his like larger role on TV and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, whew.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I mean, he deserves it. Like,
yeah,
I wish the NHL would do more content stuff with him because like they're trying to like reach the younger audience, like stuff like that. Like we talked about, like brought in some TikToker. Don't do that. Like bring in the guys to like people actually like enjoy. Bring the good content creators who focus solely on hockey and who are really into that. Yeah, give me a job, NHL.
Give us a ring.
Nothing is going. If you want anybody,
come on,
to start watching hockey, bring in me.
Yeah,
I'm very persuasive.
Gary, come on, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Berkshire too, because he wants to probably eventually bring in like pluck-in fans. Into Game Over Montreal.
Yeah. Berkshire is awesome too.
I think he's a Jerkshire.
Really?
He's a good guy. I like that he had Dwayne on the Game 2 show.
Oh my God, Dwayne's awesome.
Dwayne's great. Anyway, another congrats. We got a lot of congratulations to get through.
Yeah.
Dude, I know he's on a rival team, but this guy has earned over and over and over so much respect. Alex Ovechkin, 5th all-time in goals.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you say?
I mean, you literally is shorthanded goal to tie Dionne.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, no, because he's Alex Ovechkin and he's not, a fan of ties. Right?
Right.
So he just blasts 732 now?
I believe so.
732. Oh my God. We're never going to see anything like this again. Like, I feel like it's weird because a lot of people I feel like are downplaying this, and it's like, come on. It's like we talk about this. Roommates.
Yep.
We talk about this like in passing all the time, and it's just like, yeah, Ovi, great game again, because whatever. But it's like, come on, this is literally historic.
It's unbelievable. Like, he is the greatest goal scorer
unreal.
of all time. He is going to continue to play for a while. He will pass Alex Ovechkin. He might be 43 while he's doing it, but he is going to do it. He is going to continue to play until he does it.
Did you just say Alex Ovechkin will pass Alex Ovechkin?
Did I just say that?
That's exactly what you just said.
It's been a long day, man.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Anyway, he is going to play as long as he can so he can pass up Wayne Gretzky in goals. Be the greatest goal scorer of all time.
You know what I want to see?
What?
I want to see this TNT deal last long enough to where Gretzky is breaking down the record-breaking goal.
Oh, it probably will. I mean,
like, please.
We got to talk about that too, man. Gretzky is doing awesome in this role. Like, I love the
Gretzky
TNT
and
crew.
Charles.
Oh my god, that was so hilarious.
That was
Do you see the thing I tweeted, like the picture of like him shooting on Charles Barkley?
Yeah.
And it's like Tristan Jarry in the playoffs.
It was great.
People were memeing the hell out of that.
Yeah. So you know how over the last couple of shows, obviously besides the preview, we've been harping on the Senators.
Yeah.
Because Brady was the only one left. He's done.
Yep, he's done.
And oh my god, this deal.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's it's probably worth it. I would think. It's Brady Tkachuk.
It's one of those deals where you are paying for the potential. And here's the only reason I'm concerned about that is sometimes those deals backfire. Case in point, the Arizona Coyotes gave a lot of money to Clayton Keller, and Clayton Keller is very skilled, but he is not worth the $7.1 million per year that he is making.
Yeah.
And if this guy doesn't continue to evolve his game and improve year by year, you might be paying $8.2 million to a prime Milan Lucic. And prime Milan Lucic is a good player, but is he worth $8.2 million? He is not. That is my concern.
You know what's funny is you compare him to Lucic. Like, are the Tkachuk brothers essentially the new Lucic and Marchand?
Yeah, I think Matthew's a lot more skilled, personally.
So he's a lot more like Brad.
I wouldn't say he's as skilled as Brad, but I would say, yeah, he's a lot more like Brad than he is like Milan.
Than Luch, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun, though, like comparing two brothers like that to two, like, superstar Bruins like that, you know?
Yeah. I remember, like I said, Milan was awesome for the Bruins. Obviously everybody remembers, like, we look at him now, like, oh my God, he's a plug making like $5.5 million. It's terrible.
Thanks, Peter.
I don't want people to forget just how amazing this guy was in his prime.
Right.
You could bank on this guy going to the front of the net every game, pissing you off, just getting your team to commit dumb penalties. He's a pain in the ass to play against, and he is bare minimum going to score 20 goals a year, be a playoff warrior, and typically he would get like 30 goals a year for the Bruins. Like,
and
it's an awesome player.
Let's hope Brady does the same thing.
But I think he will. The problem is, though, is you're paying for more than that. You want that to be 30 at least. You don't want that to be 20.
You want it to be minimum 30. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the kind of money he's making. And I'm not saying that he can't do that. I think he can. It's just my philosophy. I'm generally not a fan of paying for potential. I would rather do the bridge deal and wait and just give him his payday.
Which that's the weird thing, because that's what he wanted. He wanted the 3.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably Melnick not wanting to have to deal with that because here's the thing: if he does continue to improve and he becomes like a really really good player, in 3
then
years
that would be
he could
right
probably ask for a long term.
Yeah.
That's probably at least $10 million you're gonna have to pay him in 3 years, and like that's probably why Eugene did it that way. But I don't know. Like I'm still, I've said everything I need to say about it.
Because I mean, it's not Dorian. We all know this.
No, I mean, Dorian is doing his best. I think he is a pretty good GM.
Yeah, and I mean, but he's the puppet master. Or no, he's not. He's the puppet.
He's got to deal with the worst owner in all of hockey.
Ooh, that's a tough boxing match between Huge and James.
James cares a lot more about the Knicks, though.
Fair.
There was a long period of time, like it wasn't really until this past season that he stepped in terms of operations with the Rangers.
Right. And I mean, we've had that discussion, many times before.
Yeah, he's still a terrible owner,
though. So you know how we like our two guys on the Islanders?
Yeah, those pretty solid defensemen.
Ryan Pulock's
solid's an understatement.
Solid is very much an understatement. Ryan Pulock's deal. What?
How did that get? They got an even better deal for him than they got for Pulock.
Oh my god!
What is it about Lou?
What is it about?
I genuinely want to know. What does he do? Does he like hold a gun to these guys' heads when they walk into the room to negotiate the contract?
That wouldn't surprise me, because I mean, we've made plenty of memes and photoshops in there. I'm gonna keep bugging you about joining that damn thing. See, at least I haven't made any stupid puns that'll block you from it today, like Tim said.
You know what, man? I'll give you that credit. You have not said anything really punny today, so I'll give you that.
I'm too sleep deprived to be too punny.
God, I like sleep deprived Jake.
Except in text, I go crazy in the text chats with the puns.
I bet you do.
What's funny is I think Christian's worse.
Oh, really?
Love you, Chris.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't join?
What I'm saying is you should, and we should all just have fun. You, me, Emily, Chris. Butter is really fun in there. You know what? I forgot to mention. Discord activity. Guess whose birthday it is?
I don't know.
King CJ.
Really?
Happy birthday, Chris Johnston.
Happy birthday. Yeah, I love it. Good for him, man. How old is he now?
40.
Really?
Yeah, he looks good for 40.
Yeah, he does, man. Love what he does.
I know. We all love what CJ does. And it's great that
I'm really happy that he's
in the Discord and he's embracing it and he's loving it.
That's awesome. I will say, we always talk about breakout athletes and stuff like that. There are some reporters though who break out that you're really happy for. Like Sarah Sidian is one that I'm super happy for.
Allison
Johnson's definitely one too. Allison, oh my god, I'm so happy. Dom Lucian, he's not really a reporter, but Jay Fresh has really broken out the last 6 months. Oh my god, it's so awesome to see these people who are really smart about hockey. They're great people. They interact with everybody, and they're gaining more and more traction as time goes on. It's awesome to see.
It's awesome. It's great. It's super fun. Anyway, so Pulock, let's actually talk about this deal, eh?
It's the best contract for a defenseman in the NHL.
That's tough because you did say.
I did say that about Adam Pelech.
Yeah.
But the problem is do you want to know what makes the difference in this legitimately?
The two of
them. The fact that Pulock's right-handed.
That too, yes.
You get an extra $1 million in free agency just for being right-handed.
I know. Just for your handedness.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So the fact that they got a young right-hand shot defenseman who is on the league's best defensive pairing.
Yeah.
Locked up as long term at that rate. It's ridiculous.
I know.
No
Don't
other general
both
manager in the league can do that. Except for maybe Sweeney.
Lamoriello magic, dude.
It's unbelievable.
It's literal magic. Like, how does he do it? We don't know.
I have no idea. But speaking of Sweeney, do we want to get into the other deal?
To Charles.
Yeah. I tell you, Charlie McAvoy, that's, we talk about like the young defensemen who are really good in the NHL. Now Pulock's, he is young, but he's not like super young. Like we're talking about like the Cale Makars of the league.
The Quinn Hugheses.
Yeah. Like everybody talks about these really young defensemen. Charlie
Charlie's
McAvoy is a top 5 defenseman. He's a top 5 defenseman in hockey.
In hockey?
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, look at the analytics.
That's a hell geek.
Dude, no, seriously. Look at his
I know.
They're disgusting.
He's wild.
Now,
pull up his JFresh card right now.
No, seriously. Like he doesn't get the reputation that a Cale Makar gets simply because he doesn't put up a lot of points on the power play. Like he's not like the quarterback of the power play, like producing that much. Defensively, though, this guy is as locked down as it gets in the National Hockey League.
And with him,
5-on-5 offensively, he's
with him playing with a guy like Grzelcyk or Zaboral,
they'll typically play with Grzelcyk.
Yeah, it's usually Matt. I love Grzelcyk though too. Like,
yeah, he's had a pretty good rise too the last couple of years.
But Charlie, good on you, dude. What's funny is like
every penny. I think that's a great deal. That's a steal.
I know it's crazy.
$9.5 million, I think, right?
Well, because I don't have what the average values are. I just have totals. So like Brady's is 57.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do have the average. Yeah. Pulock's is 6.15 per year.
He got the same contract as Seth Jones. 8 years, $76 million.
Oh, Charlie. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So yeah, when I think about Charlie McAvoy, I think about Seth Jones. Absolutely.
let me pull it up for you. Okay. WAR percentage, 100%.
Whoa.
Even strength offense, 99%. Even strength defense, 95%. Now, this is what we said, like power play production. He's only 16% power play. PK, 98%.
What?
Finishing for a defenseman, 61%.
Oh.
Goals per 60, 56%. Primary assists per 60, 95%.
What?
Penalties,
primaries?
Yep. Penalties, 82%. Quality of competition, 76%. Quality of teammate, 52%. His projected WAR timeline is literally jacked all the way up.
No way. Oh my God.
And like I talked about how good this guy is defensively. He's unbelievable. I did not realize that his even strength offense is 4 ticks better than his defense.
This kid is so good. This kid's so good. You know what? I'm gonna break my promise.
Ooh.
I'm gonna.
Now this is interesting.
I'm gonna break my punny promise. The kids are all right.
At least you gave me a warning. Interesting. So Jay Fresh tweeted this. His player comparison for Charlie McAvoy.
In terms of like just comparing him to everybody, or just like
in comparison to like the player cards.
Yeah.
Like the cards that look eerily similar. 2013, another defenseman who was a number 1 defenseman who was 23 years old at the time, Ryan McDonough.
Whoa.
Ryan McDonough in 2013, even strength offense, 93%, even strength defense, 98%, projected WAR percentage, 100%. Primary assist per 60, 90%. Like McDonough in his prime, like he's not in his prime anymore, and he's still really good.
He's still amazing now.
He was one of the best defensemen in the league.
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
No wonder the Rangers traded for him in that deal.
Yeah, like in the initial deal to get him as a prospect to develop him. It was the Scott Gomez deal, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I mean, now it sucks that they traded him away and didn't get nearly enough back for him. But you're not always going to win out on those deals when you're getting prospects,
especially against Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa will find a way to screw you over. But
anyway,
yeah,
Charlie,
unbelievable.
Cash in, brother.
Yeah, man, he's worth every penny.
Yeah. Again, they're in a completely other division from ours, but like in terms of the guys that you love watching play,
he's in there, man. Like we're Blue Jackets fans first, but we're good hockey fans second.
Yes,
we want to see good hockey, and you're going to get good hockey on a nightly basis from Charlie McAvoy.
Absolutely. Some updates on a little controversy that we haven't brought up in a while. So Smereck left the Ukrainian league. Good.
Glad that he's out of there.
Yeah. He signed in Germany. He signed in DEL.
Oh, nice. Who did he sign with? Do you know?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
But it's good that he's going to be moving to a different hockey league, though.
Yeah, at least he's out of. Yeah.
I feel so bad for him, man.
Yeah, and I mean, hope he's productive.
Yeah, I hope he's productive there. And the other thing is, this is a good opportunity for the DEL too to really step up as a league and protect this player.
Right.
And I mean, if you're a hockey player of color and you're looking for a hockey league to play, and if they're protecting this guy and showing anti-racism and sticking up for those guys, it's a good opportunity to market your league a little bit there.
Yeah,
play for us, man. Like, hockey's for everyone.
Hockey is for everyone.
I hope he has nothing but success there.
Absolutely. You know who I also really wish a lot of success on?
Who?
The King.
Yeah.
You fucking called it, dude.
Dog, I mean, come on. Like, that was like the most predictable thing ever.
No brainer.
You can't not have that face on television. Like not only was this guy like an unbelievable goaltender for the Rangers for 15 years, one of the best personalities in the league. You can't not have the most gorgeous face in the world on television.
I know. He's like again, we've
such an absurdly good-looking guy.
Again, we mentioned this the first time. We are straight men.
But he's the king. He's the king for a reason.
Yeah. Come on.
He can't help that he's from Sweden.
You know what's funny is I believe that Alex Wenberg is like the only Swede I've seen with missing teeth that still looks beautiful.
Yeah, and he's still just a gorgeous human being.
There were
That's the thing, they're already unbelievable at hockey. Team Sweden's unbelievable, but like they could also win like a fashion show.
Yeah, they're male models.
Yeah, look, another player with perfect complexion and great hair, a beautiful smile, chiseled. Like they're all jacked. Like what are they doing over in Sweden? Like that every person looks like that.
It's a factory. It's just
it is.
It's a legit like clothing factory.
They just pump these people out like every day. Like
it's like you know what it's like? It's like Spore, but for like actual good looking human beings.
Yeah. God, I don't get it. Like, God, I wish I was born in Sweden.
I know.
You're born in Sweden. You're a 7 at minimum.
The
worst looking person in Sweden is a 7.
Meanwhile, wait, is Olli Jokinen Swedish or is he Finnish?
He's Finnish.
He's Finnish.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to think of like the ugliest Swede that we could think of in the
Good luck.
NHL.
Good luck. Take your time.
I know.
Take your time. Find one. I dare you.
I fucking dare you.
We'll be sitting here for hours.
Oh my god. Yeah, so Henrik Lundqvist signed on to MSG Networks, and he's gonna be a color guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, we see this in Columbus with Jody. Like, you want a former player as a color guy.
Yeah.
Because they know,
like, your former players like on the panel. Like for the Sabres, they got Marty Baron, and like for us, like not only on color analyst, we have Jody, but we also have Jean-Luc Grandpierre.
Oh, Grandpierre was, oh my god. Did you see his tweet for opening night with Wile E. Coyote?
I did not.
It was so good. It was Wile E. Coyote blowing himself up. The hyphenator with the jokes, man.
Oh yeah. I love him. He's a great personality.
Oh, absolutely. And he works so well with Brian.
He does. They work well together.
Like, I love Gislaw just like on
Brian
anything
Coleslaw.
he does. Coleslaw. I've never heard him called Coleslaw.
That's all I can think of.
He's great on the Reds panel all the time. He's great with the
He's
Blue Jackets.
really talented guy.
He's great. He's super talented. And then Jody is really, he was doing radio stuff with McElligott for a while before he got onto TV, which is kind of what you want, because he was able to. Yeah, Bob is fantastic. I gotta send in a mailbag,
do it. I love what he does. Yeah,
we should send something in, like talking about all of the fan-made podcasts, like us and our friends at Subjectively CBJ, Actively Speaking. Like we get followed on our it's this way, camera left, on our Twitter account, which please, we're still trying to grow that a lot.
Don't Jason has a podcast too, doesn't he?
Yes, Cannon Calling.
Does he do that with Lindsay, or does Lindsay just come on occasionally?
I think they just do it together.
Okay.
I think they're just regular.
They're awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to our buddy Jason and Lindsay.
Jason's great. Lindsay's awesome.
Jason's a good friend of ours from way back in the day. I mean, if you want context, follow Dennis Kelly.
Oh my god. Dennis. So awesome seeing him the other day.
Follow our number one fan, Dennis Kelly, for context, because he's got that whole new video about the explosion of fan accounts.
Yes. Which was awesome.
He gave us, like, me personally and the show, like 3 different shout outs throughout the course of the video.
He's just the best. It's such a great guy in person. Like, it was so awesome seeing him the other day. Awesome seeing
I
Danny.
miss him.
Yeah. It was great.
Was Ellie there? Did you get to see Ellie?
Yep, saw Ellie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I miss her so much.
Yeah. I literally, like, I was like one section over and I texted her and I was like, I see you. She was like, wait, you're at the game?
Oh, wait a minute.
It's like, yes. It's
yeah.
like, where are you sitting? And I'm like, I'm not telling you. You have to find me.
Oh, dude, I got a funny story.
And then I realized, like, she was struggling and I was like, wait a minute, there's a reason she can't find me. I'm wearing a freaking face mask. Everybody's wearing a mask. She's going to have such a tough time finding me.
Yeah. If we just want to end on, like, fun, reminiscing.
Yeah.
Right. There was the game that I met Bjorky with Michael at. We were just like walking around the concourse. Like, I think we were trying to find something to eat. All of a sudden I feel this like really hard tap on the back, on like my shoulder blade. And I turn around, I look down, I turn and look the other way, and she just pops up. Like, surprise!
Sneaky.
I know. Ellie's very
Real quick,
sneaky. Yeah.
You want to know who else is sneaky? And I mean this in a very joking way.
Yeah.
The 2-0 Buffalo Sabres.
The 2-0 Sabres. Oh my God.
So they beat the Coyotes 2-1. They beat Montreal 5-1.
I still got to listen to that game over.
So are they going to win the Stanley Cup this year?
Who knows?
Seems like it.
That tank bowl that happened this afternoon.
God, the tank bowl. Those lineups were so freaking hilarious.
The tank
Good
cup,
Lord.
Right? Instead of the tank.
You know who is a point per game player?
Casey Middlestad.
Jeff Skinner.
Yay! Okay.
Jeff Skinner comeback season.
I actually love that. Like, I legitimately love that.
I want to see him bounce back.
I want to see Olofsson just light it up again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just everything. But yeah, this episode, just to wrap up, they dedicated opening night, and we're dedicating this episode to Kivi.
Yep. I'm really glad that we're doing that.
So this
Kivi deserves it.
This is all for 80.
Hell yeah.
We love you all. Share us around. Follow our Twitters. Follow the show's Twitter, please. Like, we're begging you.
You didn't hear that, did you?
Kind of.
Okay. He's Red Sox.
Fair. But yeah, follow the show's Twitter. Follow us. We're tagged like at the end of every show in our outro. And we will see you Tuesday. Let's get cracking. I had to.
You were doing unbelievably well up until that point.
I had to. Bye, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Love you. Not going to join the Discord for another week for that.
Oh, come on.
Jake Jackets, a podcast for fifth liners and all puckheads around. Follow the guys on Twitter at Snake Gehringer, GARRINGER, and at by J Ashdown. And subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen. March on.